Welcome to the Crush It in Sales podcast. I'm your host, Melinda Van Fleet. This podcast focuses on the intersection of sales, leadership, and personal development. Now let's get ready to dig in and crush it. Welcome to part 3 of the content creation little podcast series that I'm doing from a non-expert newbie point of view. And as I mentioned in the other 2 podcasts, I'm just doing this to share and to help someone out there, maybe help someone get some confidence in regards to creating content, because I strongly believe that if I can do it, you can do it too. I'm not a marketing company. I'm not trying to sell anything on a marketing basis. So I'm just sharing based on my personal knowledge of helping my husband for all these years, who is Good Karma Sport Fishing, and then also starting on my content creation last year in 2019. So if you haven't listened to part 1 and part 2, I highly recommend that you do, because I do share a lot of nuggets. And if you already have and you just need a quick refresher, I will give that to you for just a quick moment. Last week, I talked about platforms, and it's always interesting to me how a lot of marketing experts have an opinion on how many platforms you should be on. So I talked about that. I shared my opinion, I guess you could say, and what we do here for my husband and I. I've talked about how you should view listening to experts versus using your own intuition. I talked about strengthening your content creation skill set and how to use negative content to help others, taking the energy out, but still sharing that experience so you can help others. And I've also talked about viewing courses and courses I have taken and how I view them and how they've helped me. So just some different expectations around that. And then also too, thinking about content all the time. So always taking a look at something, and is it something that you can use for content, taking a note about it, taking a picture, constantly building that content creation bank. So you have plenty of ideas to choose from. Some days you might feel like using that right away. Some days you might save it, and maybe 3 months down the road, you're like, oh wow, I have that really cool picture of a tree, and now I feel inspired to share it. So always be creating content, always be thinking about content, and just make it a natural part of your day. And then it won't seem so scary and daunting. So there's a couple things I wanted to cover today. And one is in regard to a saying that's been out there forever. I've heard it from many different coaches. I don't think anyone owns the saying. But it's a really awesome saying, and it's progress over perfection. If you can get that in your brain and remember that, it will be life-changing. I heard Jay Shetty, if you know who Jay Shetty is, I originally found him a couple years ago through Gabrielle Bernstein, because I'm in her Miracle membership. I think it's about 3 years ago now. It's been a long time. Yeah, actually 2017 or 18. And I originally heard Jay speak on one of Gabby's videos. And I don't know if that's the exact video I heard him talking about it, or maybe it could have been another one, but it really stuck with me. And what he said in his video is that if he feels like any of his videos are 80% good, he pushes publish. 80%. When I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, what a great way to relieve some pressure. I believe that so many people are worried about having their videos be perfect, having their pictures be perfect, their Instagram posts be perfect, their Facebook posts be perfect, a course be perfect. And you know what? There's always going to be ways to improve. And that's how you have to look at it. When we first started podcasting, my husband went first. I made him go first, which made sense. It totally made sense from a business perspective. He will easily admit that his first many podcasts were far from perfect. He was scripted. He had lots of so's and ums and clicks. And I did as well. Oh my gosh, I did as well. but we kept practicing and we kept doing the reps and we get better. Are we still perfect? No. Oh my gosh. I would say probably me just kicking off the beginning of this podcast, I wasn't extremely perfect. But I'm not going to go back and redo it because it's progress over perfection. And at the end of this podcast, if I'm 80% happy with it, I'm going to push publish. And that's how you have to roll, because otherwise you're going to be stuck in this mud of never moving forward on getting any of your content out in the world. And as we all know, your content is what can help you build your business and build a community, build an audience, and help you improve, learn, inspire others, and move forward. So you have to be okay with it being just 80% perfect. It's okay. I actually did an Instagram and a Facebook post on Monday showing some pictures and showing a funny one that it was pretty awful, actually. I think it's funny. And I did it just to show and to laugh that it's okay not to be perfect. It's okay to laugh at yourself. And I wish more people would do that. Instead, everyone's worrying about taking all these beautiful selfies and looking perfect. And I can fall in that bucket too. I'll be really honest. I'll look at a picture and be like, oh, I don't like how that top looks on me. Or that's just a weird angle. I look kind of funny. My eye's not really open. The list can go on there. And, once in a while, wouldn't it be great if we all had enough confidence to post that picture that kind of sucks, right? And that goes into confidence. Have enough confidence to know that, for the most part, your posts are 80% good. And once in a while, maybe it kind of sucks. And wouldn't it be funny and just interesting to laugh at yourself and then hopefully inspire someone else to do the same? You can make a whole pay it forward, like when you're in the line for Starbucks and the person in front of you pays for your coffee and then you pay for the person behind you, et cetera, et cetera. We should probably do a big train of imperfect pictures or imperfect posts so we can all inspire each other. But we've all been there. I have definitely been there. I kept all my early Instagram posts because they're pretty awful. The pictures are dark. I didn't know how to use InShot. I didn't know all these other tools. And they're still not as gorgeous as someone with thousands and millions of followers who probably has a team of VAs. Please keep that in mind. A lot of these people with big followings have teams of VAs where all they do is create content and they're up to date on all the latest tools. They have time to figure out all the latest tools. That's a big factor. I don't have time to sit and play with Canva all damn day. I can play with it a little bit, but not all day. I got shit to do. And a lot of these people have big teams and VAs to do that. And maybe someday we will, so I'm not knocking it. But just keep that in mind too. When you see a perfect post, just keep in mind that that person could have a photographer that follows them around. There's someone I follow on Instagram who is gorgeous. All her pictures are amazing. And I swear she must have a photographer that just follows her around. And good for her. I think that's really cool. Her posts are beautiful. And she looks amazing and good for her. But I don't have a photographer that follows me around. So, you just do your best. Do your best, push play, progress over perfection, and keep in mind what Jay Shetty says, that 80% is good. And if you don't know who Jay Shetty is, definitely check him out. He started on YouTube and he has a very interesting background and story of how he got discovered through Huffington. Adriana, I believe is her name. I'm sorry if I'm messing that up. Adriana Huffington was really who got him kind of recognized. And he has a podcast as well. It has lots of commercials. I'll warn you there. But he does have some interesting guests, and I do like what he has to say. So just another nugget of someone to check out if you are interested in building upon people that you listen to. And the second thing I really want to talk about today is content collaboration. And this is something that I don't hear talked about anywhere. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, because it's something that I work on with my private clients that I do business coaching with, because there's a lot of energy and expectations that go into collaborating with others. And I just want you to keep in mind as you're out there creating content, hoping that people like, people share, people comment, And there can be a lot of disappointment that goes along with this, a lot. And a lot of expectations, a lot of ego, a lot of time that you're spending, a lot of energy, and a lot of time that maybe you should look at and be like, okay, am I getting any results from this? Is the other person collaborating back? Especially too, if you're on a team, there's lots of teams out there that are supposed to collaborate together, different pods. You might hear that word a lot, LinkedIn pods, Instagram pods. It seems to have died down a little bit, but I do know they still exist. And, keep in mind how you're spending your time, your energy, how you feel about being part of these groups, and how are the other people showing up? Are they showing up and really giving it their all, or are you putting in a lot more work and effort than other people? So I just want you to think about that. Know that, if you haven't heard anyone talk about that before and it's been something that bothers you, just know you're not alone. It's something that we've been addressing with my husband's business, Good Karma Sport Fishing, in regard to letting go of a lot of people. We have really been assessing a lot of relationships that my husband has had over the past couple years where he has maybe promoted someone's product or their services, and we're really recognized after a period of time that has not been collaborative back to us. And it's okay to let those people go. I always believe that. I always believe have the confidence to let those people go. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't. A lot of people are lacking confidence in that area. And it's, again, something I can work with you one-on-one on as a business coach in regard to making sure your energy and your time is being spent in the best way possible for yourself and for your business in order to move forward. So just keep that in mind. You're not alone out there, and I can help you if you're interested. Please reach out to me. My email is melinda@melindavanfleet.com, and we can have a consultation. I'm more than happy to help on so many levels. All of my clients ask me for all different things, and that's what I love about coaching is I'm not someone who just has, this is my program and this is what we're doing. I definitely like to do a deep dive into what your needs are and what you're looking for, because my background is very extensive. So I don't want to be in that little teeny niche like everyone talks about, because I have so much more to offer to this world than just like one little teeny niche. So if you follow any of my content, if you listen to my other podcast, which is Good Karma Success Coach, you'll kind of get a whole other flavor of a lot of different things I talk about and I study and I think about and I practice myself. And I'm more than happy to share any of those tips, tools, techniques, or relatable stories to help you move forward, believe in yourself, dream big, and take action, because I know you can do it. So another note, just for excitement and fun, that kind of goes along with the progress before perfection, because there are some things I want to tweak with it. But drumroll, Ryan and I just launched our first course together. It's a mini course and it's free. It coincides with the book launch that we are co-authors in called Brilliant Breakthroughs for the Small Business Owner. And that book releases on November 11th, and I've talked about that for months now and posted about that, so hopefully you're aware of that. But the course that coincides with that, we had to do like a call to action like most books have, and that course is called Good Karma Confidence. And the title of the course is Couples Confidence Mindset Course. So it is free. Please sign up. I would love for you to go through the course. I'd love for your feedback. I'm really looking to just be able to expand my reach in regards to helping people. And a lot of people like video, and that's really the majority of this course is video with a couple PDFs, but mostly it's video. I have learned the most in my most favorite courses out there, the ones I've gotten the most bang for my buck with, are ones that are just pure video, ones where the video is coming from the teacher, from an authentic place. And that is what I hopefully have done. That's what I intended to do. So I hope you feel that as you watch the videos in the course. So again, it's called Good Karma Confidence. That's the URL. And the name of the course is Couples Confidence Mindset Course. And this first little mini course, part 1, is free. So check it out. Again, would love to hear from you. And I hope it helps somebody out there. It is addressed towards couples, but obviously if you're not a couple, you are probably a smart enough person to dissect what you need and take what you need from it. So it's not only for couples, obviously. Ryan and I didn't get married until we were in our mid-30s, so I hope that other people can find it relatable as well. And that's all I have this week. So I hope you love this podcast. Next week, I have a special guest, and we've already recorded the episode, so I'm super excited to share that with you. But this wraps up my 3-part series on content creation from a non-expert, newbie, quote unquote, point of view. And again, you can always reach out to me, Melinda at melindavanfleet.com. Follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, and Instagram is Melinda_Van Fleet. I will put all of this information in the show notes. And until next week, thank you so much for listening. I know your time is precious, and there are a shitload of podcasts out there. So I really appreciate you listening to this one, and I hope you crush it in sales. Thanks.